theater company, I'm not giving them any hotel.
I have not.
Larry. Ready to get started?
Sure.
Let's call the meeting to order with the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, let's go down to item number 8, which is consider setting a public hearing to revise the plat of lots 1A, 2A, and 3A Mobile Home Village, Harper Road Estates, Precinct 2.
Yes, sir.
They're just wanting to combine those
Combine
three into two.
3 into 2 lots, correct.
So we need to do the advertising in the paper, but Mary Lynn doesn't need to send out letters on each of those then, since they're just combining them. The earliest we could do it would be at our first meeting in May 11th, but that means we would have to advertise it this week, Mary Lynn.
Our deadlines are still the same. Yeah.
Okay. So we would need to advertise the 15th, 22nd, and the 29th. And if we can do that, then, like I said, we could do it May 11th, otherwise we'd have to wait until the 25th. So,
Okay. I move we approve the setting the public hearing for May 11th on Keith Bratcher's replat.
okay.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? Not all in favor, setting the public hearing for May 11th at 9 a.m., say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Okay, number 9, to consider approval of the recommendation from the consultant engineering firm selection committee for the airport's capital improvement program phase 2 project. I don't think David Smith is here this morning. He had sent me an email last week. And I think he had sent just a brief report to each of the commissioners. I told him under the circumstances, I didn't think it was necessary for him to be here, that I could just give a brief recap of what he had sent to everybody. But as all of you are aware, we had appointed a committee. David Smith was the chairman. Commissioner Neffendorf was on that committee. Gary Staling, Tim Lemberg, and Mike Roberts. All three of those are members of the Airport Advisory Committee. We appointed those 5 to receive RFQs on from consultant engineering firms for this phase 2 of our capital improvement project out at the airport. Back in 2019, TxDOT Aviation had determined that we needed to get a new consultant engineer. The contract with the other one had run out, and I think they had sold to a bigger firm, and they no longer had an interest really of dealing with these smaller airports. So TxDOT issued a request for qualifications from firms. We received 6 complete responses. The selection committee reviewed those responses. According to TxDOT policy, they didn't interview anyone. Is that right, Dennis?
That's correct.
They just reviewed the responses from those firms. They ranked, each of the members of the committee ranked the firms according to 4 evaluation criteria that they had been given or that they had come up with. And then at the end, they compiled those results. They then, David, I think, sent the results and their recommendation to TxDOT Aviation a couple of weeks ago. And on April 6th, TxDOT Aviation notified David and maybe the rest of the selection committee, I don't know, but notified David that they didn't find any issues with the report from the selection committee, so they basically approved what the selection committee had done. And I think today they were going to be notifying everyone whether or not they were the ones selected. And according to David's notes, they did, or they are recommending that Garver was number 1, Lochner was number 2, and KSA is number 3. So Garver is the firm that they were recommending that we approve and that TxDOT approve as the new consulting engineer for phase 2. Dennis, you have anything to add to that? I mean, that was just pretty brief, but TxDOT Aviation had asked that we not disclose any details of those RFQs because they didn't want any of that information to get out before they notified everybody, which, like I said, I think they're doing today.
Right. No, the only thing I'd add is that Dave did quite a thorough job working with each of us and walking through the process. And I think at the end of the afternoon, there was definitely consensus on the ranking and the way we went about that process. So I thought Dave did an excellent job in the way he led us through it.
Okay, good. So Garver is the recommendation from the committee. We just need to go ahead and formally approve that recommendation if somebody wants to make a motion.
I'll make that motion that we approve Garver.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? All in favor of approving Garver as the consultant engineering firm, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Number 10, to consider approval of proposal to repair erosion on Old San Antonio Road.
Yes, sir. This is drainage repair on the east side of Old San Antonio Road right before the Pedernales River crossing. This has been a chronic problem, and I've got it bid, and Gene Stout is the construction foreman now for W3 Weinheimer, and he has been involved in that particular setting before. And the way my budget is right now, and with some other repairs coming on with bridges, I would like to move some of my paving into this budget, and this particular cost on this is $69.74 to repair this on the Old San Antonio Road, and this is needs to be repaired. So I just need to be able to have the opportunity or the consensus to move those funds into these repairs.
Were you moving all of those funds, or somewhere I had 2,500?
Okay, that's a second. That's with the bridge. This is on the slope. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right.
So this is not on the bridge. It's on the slope
Okay.
before the bridge.
Was it 6,974? Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay.
And so I'm asking permission to be able to move those funds. I talked with Marcy about it, and Larry, they thought we needed to go through court to keep everybody informed since it's pretty expensive, over $500. So I'd like to have permission to do that.
Is that in the form of a motion?
Yes, sir.
Second.
Okay, any questions or discussion? All in favor of approving that proposal from W3 Weinheimer Construction to repair that erosion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, number 11, to consider approval of requesting RFQs from engineering firms with experience in hydraulic analysis and preparation of plan specifications and estimates relating to bridge construction in accordance with TxDOT requirements for Pfister Road Bridge Reconstruction Project. Tell us what that is in English, Dennis.
All right, after learning what happened at the airport and then also working with Garrett Bond, and he helped me put this together. It's simply a request for qualifications to reconstruct the bridge on Pfister Road with considerations of hydraulic analysis, preparation of plans and specs, an estimate of cost relating to the construction of that bridge following TxDOT requirements. And did you get a copy of I sent it by email. I don't have it printed out. One
Don't
of the
think
whole.
I did. Recently?
Yes, sir.
I haven't seen it. If you sent it like
No.
Friday afternoon, I haven't gotten those emails, or this morning, I haven't gotten to
But it's-
check any of that.
Basically a one-page that condenses all the technical abilities, experience, and the ability of these companies to perform this work project and give Gillespie County a design on this bridge. And I will send you this again, or
Now, I've got a question on, because a few meetings ago, we had approved getting a proposal for a hydraulic study or hydrologic.
analysis, yes, sir.
Yeah, is that, and this is different than that?
Well, it's an addition to, it's got the hydraulic analysis to design the hydrology, and it's a preparation of the plans to give us the size of boxes that we need to get constructed on that bridge, and then the proper placement of it. And this would give me a construction project plan from the design to the implementation of those boxes. And my hope is that the approaches and the redesign of the road, I expect to do out of my crew, but I'll follow it according to these plans. And this is simply a request to look for a company to do this, or business, to give me these plans to go out for bid.
So instead of getting proposals just for the hydraulic study, you're wanting to get RFQs from an engineering firm that would include not only the study, but also costs for the design and the construction of the bridge.
Yes, sir.
So basically, it would include everything.
Everything from, yes, sir. So I would like to make a motion that, to move forward to put out a request for qualifications on Feaster Road Bridge reconstruction project.
Okay.
Second.
Questions or discussion on it?
So there's no cost associated with this motion right now, is it?
Not right now.
Not
Just
right now.
Okay.
Getting RFQ.
Getting the information.
Getting the
to-
information, getting the bid out, getting the information, find the engineering, and then we'll decide on the
Okay.
budget, what the budget cost is. Yes, sir.
Any other questions, discussion? All in favor of requesting RFQs, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. 12, to consider approval of renewal of agreement with Texas Association of Counties for the Affordable Care Act Reporting and Tracking Service Program. Kelly?
That's the agreement we do with TAC for, I don't know if everybody remembers, at the end of the year, you get your, the little information that you have healthcare coverage every month throughout the year. Even though they got rid of the penalty associated with not having that when it comes to your taxes, they still have to report, that you do have health insurance. So TAC provides this to us for free. And it just makes it easier. We upload the file to them every month, and then they produce the document at the end of the year for us.
Is there a fee associated with this?
Yeah, it's free.
I move we approve.
Second.
Questions? All in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 13, to consider approval for telephone utility company, excuse me, to install a fiber optics line in the right-of-way on Gaiman Lane in Precinct 1. Charles?
That'd be me. Half Hill Country Telephone Company is wanting to get fiber optics off of 290 coming through private property hitting Gaiman Lane. And what they're trying to do is get the fiber optics to the water tanks there for the city of Fredericksburg, and then also allowing any other individuals to tie in to their fiber optics for computer on that. They're gonna do the normal construction. It's gonna be overhead until they get to the lane. Then they're gonna bury it 3 feet underground according to all our specs. Any questions?
They're working with you on the location of it, I
Yes.
guess.
Yes. Yes, sir. If that being said, I move we approve them to have the ability to do so.
Second.
Questions or discussion? Not all in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. 14, to consider approval for a line item transfer in Precinct 3 budget to cover repairs to Bowes Bridge that are required by TxDOT.
Yes, sir. TxDOT has done a engineering safety review on bridges in Precinct 3, and I've got 3 bridges that I need to work through their 30-day notification process, and we've decided to move on Bowes Bridge first, and they have on the west side, it's got some bad underpinning and erosion that we're gonna have to get in underneath there and put in some more concrete and rock, and then also pour some more concrete in that location and fix that end, as well as doing some railings. And from what we can figure out now, the crew can do it, and I need to be able to move about $3,500 again out of my paving into bridge repairs required by TxDOT inspection on Bowes Bridge. And that's my motion.
Second.
Any questions?
And I've got 2 more coming that I've got to do some repairs on.
Bridges.
All in favor of approving the line item transfer in precinct 3 budget, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, 15, to consider approval of hiring jailers in sheriff's office.
Yeah, I'm filling a couple of vacancies that I have out there at the jail. One of them will be Chance Moore, and the other correction officer will be Michaela Frederick. Both of them have no experience.
Okay. And so what is that rate then?
1778.
1778? And when are they effective?
Oh, as soon as we can get all the paperwork done on their sites and physicals and all that, do that process.
I move we approve.
Second.
Questions? All in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, 16, to consider approval for authorization to sign documents required by Texas Division of Emergency Management for potential reimbursement requests for expenses related to COVID-19. Larry's not here this morning. He had gone online, when all of this started with this coronavirus and COVID-19 issues. We were told that we needed to start tracking expenses that we had that were related to the COVID-19 because there might be a potential for reimbursement if it was a declared disaster, which both the governor and the president have done now. So there might be some potential reimbursement of any of those related expenses. So Larry had gone online, because that's how you have to set up the account, to try to do that, but he emailed me or called me, I don't know, last week or a couple of weeks ago, and said that in order to get that account set up, there's a couple of documents that we need to sign to authorize it. He's not submitting anything at this point, but he said it had to be, we need to sign it and get it back so that it can be authorized to set up. So, and he sent me what we needed to do, but this is just basically in preparation of, I think right now, Linda, you had printed something for him about the amount of expenses that we had so far. It wasn't all that much, but
Yeah, it wasn't very much.
I think it was less than $2,000 if I remember correctly.
18 or 19. Yeah, I sent it to him Friday. He emailed me and asked me for. We've been keeping
But
track.
I'm sure there will be more. We just need to make sure we get it tracked so that if we are able to get some reimbursement, we can do that. But we need to get these documents in order for him to finish setting up that account.
I'd make the motion to approve the authorization to sign the documents as required by the Texas Division of Emergency Management.
Second.
Questions or discussion on it? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, 17, to consider approval of purchase of wire welder and mechanic shop. Ray,
Yes, I had a budget of $2,000 for a new wire welder for the mechanic shop. And I've got a price on a MIG wire welder 211C for $1,345.
So move.
Second.
any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, and then 18, to consider approval of an update to the diagnostic scanner in the mechanic shop.
You know, I have a Snap-on diagnostic scanner, which we use for light duty, like cars and pickups. It's 3 years out of date as of right now. I'd like to get it updated. And to get updated, it'd be $946.69.
I move we approve. Second.
Any questions? All in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. I guess we can pay some bills.
We have some?
I know we always have some.
I move we approve our bills and claims and payments via electronic fund transfers.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No journal entries.
No journal entries.
I'm not aware of it.
All right, number 4, payroll claims and expenses.
I move we approve our payroll claims and related expenses.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Departmental reports and fees of office.
I move we approve our departmental reports and fees of office.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, minutes, lots of minutes.
Lots of minutes.
You must have had time to read them.
Lots of time to read them when you shelter at home. And we'll go to page 160. In the second paragraph, where was a motion from myself, seconded by Keith, approval of awarding transportation bids add two in between the bid and Alan Keller. And then on 161, there's no really correction. I just wanted to remind everybody that we have to, according to House Bill 3834, everybody's supposed to take the cybersecurity. Just a reminder that everybody needs to be doing that. I think Dana sent out a reminder to everybody. And when I came across that, we need to remind people they should have time to do it at this point in time. And hopefully we can get the word out again to make sure that that's being done.
We need to get that
Needs to be done.
finished.
Maybe Dana can send another email out to remind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Dana
We
has done that
need to give them a
last.
deadline, that if it's not done by a certain date, then they're gonna lose access to the computer system. Because we need to get that done. I mean, it's
Required.
required, and we've got to get it done. And we want to make sure we have plenty of time to get everything notify the state that it's been completed, so.
Okay, then on page 165, on item number 18, after the motion, the second, it says approval of the transferring jailer, added ER to the jail. Jailer Ryan Drexler. I don't think you want to transfer him to jail, do we? 167, page 167. Item number 32. And approval of employee service awards, purchase of 20-ounce OZ instead of 20Z. Just for clarification. Of course, they know what 20Z meant, but forget it was ounces. Page 172, just for clarification purposes, on number 17, underneath the motion of the second, said approval of inspection agreement with Automatic Fire Protection Incorporated for sprinkler and alarm systems at the jail at the cost of $2,735 for, and then subject to striking the auto renewal. I'm not quite sure, for clarity, is that, would that be cool? Can we just strike the for and put subject,
Yeah,
subject to eliminating the auto renewal clause or something like that? For clarity? And if that's agreed upon, that's, I think that's the last thing I found. Anybody have any others? I would then make the motion to approve the minutes with those corrections.
Second.
questions or discussion? All in favor of approving the minutes with those corrections, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Takes care of it. We are adjourned.
So we're done.
3 times.
Thank you.
Cameras off.